glistening drop of red sun. I don't know what red sun is, but there was a glistening drop of it in every service.
Okay, good morning. It's 10 a.m. We ask you to please rise if you're able for the opening prayer and pledge of allegiance before we convene our public meeting. Gracious and loving God, we meet a new day and a new month with many thanks and blessings you have bestowed. Father, we pray for the Spirit to work together to meet the challenges we face. Wherever our journeys lead us, may we be an example by spreading peace, kindness, goodness, and love to those we encounter. May you lead us in the spirit of unity. And Lord, we celebrate this month as Military Child Month. It's important that we honor and pay tribute to the children of military parents for the commitment and sacrifices they endure. It's important that these 1.6 million children are not overlooked as they face challenges as a result of their parents' service to our country. They are born from the best of the best. May you bless and meet their needs, provide their parents safety as they serve and protect our freedoms. And on Saturday, we'll remember and honor Gold Star Spouse Day. Today, we recognize and honor the spouses of those who have died while serving on active duty for our country. We express our gratitude and thanks for their service and ultimate sacrifice, and pray for the ongoing challenges those families encounter. May you meet their needs daily. These things we humbly ask in your name. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, everyone. This time we'll convene our Commissioners' public meeting and ask for approval of the minutes of the previous meeting.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, side?
Aye.
Okay,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, we do have an addition and a revision as well, so.
Yes, okay, you want to,
Yep, so we have a revision to 6.2, just to add additional language to say effective March 31st, 2025.
their motion to accept the addition to item 6.2.
Wait to say what? Say March 21st.
March 31st.
She corrected it.
I understand. Okay, yeah, I'll make the motion.
For a second,
I'll second.
all in favor, side?
Aye.
Addition's been made. Okay, do we have any public comment on agenda items only at this time? You know, line?
Nothing as of yet, no.
Good openings, Nikki.
Good morning,
Good
Commissioners.
morning.
We had two bids. The first one is on-call civil and construction engineering services for the county of Lycoming. We received 6 responses: Bassett Engineering, Greenman, Peterson, Larson Design Group, Livick Civil, Stahl Schaefer Engineering, and Stifler McGraw and Associates. There won't be any price for that because that's an RFP. And our second one is engineering services at Lycoming County Landfill 2025. The first bid was from Arm Group at a rate of $83,917. And Barton and LeJudas, they said they were attaching a rate sheet, but I could not find it attached anywhere. So Maya will reach out to them.
Okay. Yep. All right, thank you. Okay.
All right, you want to go to reports?
Sure. Presented for your ratification are invoices due through April 9th, 2025 to be paid on April 2nd, 2025 in the amount of $876,567.56. 62.5% out of the general fund, 31.58% out of Grants Act 13, 4.71% from RMS, 1.21% out of escrow.
Okay, is there a motion to accept?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Any questions or comments for Nikki? Hearing none, all in favor, side? Aye.
Thank you.
Commissioner.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you.
All right, moving
Thank
to information items. We have Rochelle Abbott here from STEP.
Morning, Rochelle.
Good morning.
How are you?
I just want to say thank you to the commissioners today for having me here. I did do a kind of one pager to remind just passing it down. I will put the rest in the back if there's more information. So as stated, my name is Rochelle Abbott. I'm the president and CEO here at STEP. On my 3-month right now, which is kind of crazy. In this role, I've been at STEP for about 15 years. And so in our last meeting with the commissioners, they asked if I provided a quarterly update. And so just wanted to provide a couple of highlights. I'm not going to go over everything that's on the written document, but I want to focus on a program that's actually funded by Lycoming County ARPA funds, which is a substitute aid pool program. So as you know, the area of childcare within Lycoming County and the region is in crisis. We do not have enough childcare locations or spots to fulfill the need of the children that we have available. And so as a community action agency and the Early Learning Resource Center, we approached the commissioners almost 5 years ago now with this idea of the substitute aid pool program. And we're funded through the ARPA dollars. And so as the Early Learning Resource Center, we provide support to parents who are working or going to school to find childcare for their kiddos, but then also to childcare providers and help them to make the high quality provider or high quality education experience for the children so that they are school ready. We do not, as Head Start or the ELRC, have the ability to develop a childcare center ourselves unless we were to develop a different entity. And so we have a lot of great small businesses that do this. So we are using this program to support them. The program basically is aides are hired and our STEP staff. And then we have a technology called Connect Teams. That's actually an app on a phone that the childcares are basically detailing what shifts are available, and then the aides are picking them up. So over the last year, since October, when this was operationalized, we've had 209 shifts posted and 179 of them were filled. And so if you take those numbers and times them by about 20 kiddos per class, the amount of childcare that have been able to stay open because of this program is super significant. And what that means is parents are being able to stay working. They're not having to take off from their jobs or find alternative care. And so you can see the number of childcares that we have: River Valley YMCA, the Lycoming County Child Development Center, the Life Center, Fire Tree Place, Little Dumplings, New Growth, Blessed Beginnings are all the ones that we currently have available for this program. Any childcare in Lycoming County is available to be part of the program. And really it's going extremely well, to the point of other places in the state and the nation are asking how we've done it and would like to replicate it. So really just wanted to use that as my focus today in the highlight. And really, you know, I think that that's a huge piece of that ARPA dollars that we use. It's actually, we were able to operationalize it even more efficiently than we expected because of that technology piece. So that's going really, really well. A couple other major pieces, as you may know, we are 85% federally funded, so we are monitoring and working with all of our federal legislators to ensure, that our funds and what we have really kind of do stay here in Lycoming County, and we can ensure that we are supporting the individuals that we serve. Last year, we served about 19,379 people. Of that, about 12,000 of it was in Lycoming County, so it's a pretty significant number. So I think that was my kind of brief update. There is other information. If you see anything on the papers that you would like me to, talk a little bit more about, but I wanted to focus on that ARPA.
You said about 12,000 people are being serviced, which is about 9 or 10% of our
Population.
So that's
Yeah.
significant.
Exactly. Yes. Yes. It's Volunteer Appreciation Week. We have about 2,500 volunteers that help us primarily through our Office of Aging. So we'll be celebrating them actually next week. And our board of directors is all volunteer, as well as our aging advisory councils and our parent council that we also have. And so we are fully enrolled with our Head Start program. We actually have 684 kids who are on a waiting list in Lycoming County for Head Start. We have 436 of them enrolled, additional kiddos. So there's a significant amount for Head Start. It's actually families who are below 100% of the poverty line, which is basically a family of 4, around $31,000. So it's a pretty significant amount of children in Lycoming County that are on the waiting list and enrolled in the program.
Elaborate a little bit about the seniors programs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So our senior center programs, we have a significant amount of really exciting things happening there. We have 8 centers for healthy aging. Those have actually really exploded, I would say, within the last several years. We do congregate meals, so that's meals during the day, and then a lot of activities. We just had a record-breaking day of exercise where we had over 50 people together doing an exercise class. So folks don't really have to register per class. They register to be a part of it. And so having that huge influx of people on it was actually this past Wednesday, or this past Tuesday, was, such a cool thing to see. Those activities are all free for individuals that are over the age of 60. We also provide the shared ride transportation for individuals. And just for January and February, we provided right around 19,000 rides for transportation. Primarily, those are individuals who are older adults or individuals on medical assistance transportation. So that's a pretty significant amount. On the Office of Aging, we also are the preventative entity, so the elder abuse hotline. And just in January and February, we've had 87 reports of need. And so we actually have a team of protective service staff that goes through and evaluates oftentimes with law enforcement to ensure that individuals are safe and secure in their home. Oftentimes we take individuals and work with them through guardianship as needed to ensure that they are safe, secure, and are not being neglected or taken advantage of. And so, within our Office of Aging, we also have a new director, which is really exciting. So Jeannie Sullivan retired after 37-ish years, and Nicolina Cleaver is taking over as of last week.
Great. Can you also share the exciting news about the transportation of the garage?
So STEP has had 3 original programs in its 60 years of operation. Those are STEP Head Start, STEP Office of Aging, and transportation. Those are kind of 3 areas that when the STEP was designed, the county and the individuals who started the organization decided these are areas that are of need and are often in municipal codes that have to be done, but they didn't want to kind of participate. They're more of a pass-through for what we do. The transportation has never had a location of its own in those 60 years. And so drivers would always have to find a place to stop if they had to use the washroom or have anything that they needed for breaks or anything like that. Also, our vehicles had been vandalized often at the location that it is near Fairfield Ford in that parking area. And the catalytic converters had been stolen. We've lost, significant amount of those over the years. And so we've worked with PennDOT over the last many years, and we were actually able to work with Fairfield Ford, and next to their location, we are building a transportation garage. This will house all of our vehicles, as well as have a small building that will have, kind of training room, break room, bathroom for our drivers. And so we have kind of a group of drivers of over 40 drivers, which is really exciting. And so this will be a place really for them to be, and hopefully be more secure, and so we won't have any issues with vandalism. And so the transportation that we provide is a public transportation, and so it is a huge piece to our puzzle and how we support the residents of Lycoming County. One of the things that we are using is that app that we talked about with the aid pool has worked so well that we're translating it into drivers. And so soon you'll be able to see as needed driver positions available through STEP. And so that's for somebody who's retired who may just want 2 or 3 trips a week or less than 20 hours a week. Right now we have full-time drivers that are at 40 hours, and then we have part-time drivers that have to do at least 24 hours, but this will be anything under 20 hours. So if you just want to pick up, a shift, say to Danville, to Geisinger, or a shift to Muncie, you can actually pick up shifts through that app. So this is hopefully going to translate to a whole new type of employee that we can, kind of entice. Maybe somebody who needs that little bit of part-time job, somebody who's more recently retired. And I think that's going to really help with the demand, because we are currently 400 to 500 trips a day. Just pretty significant.
Yeah, it is. And then the parking garage building is getting ready to be constructed now.
Yes, the parking, we are waiting for a building permit from the city of Williamsport. We have an appeal out right now, and we'll be working through the city with that. And then we are going to be, it'll be under construction this is all through PennDOT funding. And then we will be operational in basically 1 year, March 2026.
So you can see a lot of the great programs and stuff for seniors and staff is very dedicated. Thank them for everything they do. Continue to find work.
Great, thank you so much.
And thank you, commissioners.
You mentioned the childcare crisis. And I think governmentally, we're very good at mentioning the childcare crisis, and I don't know if we're any good at doing anything about it. Do you know, I know there's an issue with the Y. Do you know if there's any, if it is on path to come back?
So the license at the Y is not returning. They have made an appeal. And so those childcare classrooms there cannot be in that location. So childcare licenses are based on location, and those classrooms within the location at the Williamsport facility have not been returned. And so those classrooms are there. There is opportunity there if they were to want to, you know, connect with somebody or another entity to provide care there. It just cannot be under that location's license. The Y is doing childcare at other locations within the city of Williamsport, primarily schools and locations. So they kind of have different licenses that they are working on. But it is something that we have been talking to them about and trying to figure out what partnership. We talked to Chad primarily.
Oh, you mean the Y?
Yeah.
We're not talking to the state.
Yes,
So
we
why
have
can't-
talked to the state in the past as well. Yes.
So I just don't understand when, I mean, obviously whoever was running it or however it was being run, it's not the whole Y system, because the Y is obviously a good system that
Yep.
does a lot of wonderful things and has it other places.
Yes.
It was just probably the person in charge or whatever the case be. So now they've deemed it forever. It can't come back there under the Y entity, but another outside entity could sublease it. So I guess we understand as long as the right person's in charge, everything will be fine. And the facility's already there, facilities that are in dire need. But they won't just let the Y hire a different person to run it. They'll let somebody else hire a different person to run it in the same room. But then we just talk every day about how we have this childcare crisis, but here we are with a facility that's already set up to do childcare, and they won't allow it to take place. Explain to me how that makes sense.
I'd be happy to take that offline with you.
I think that's a conversation that you have to have with the Y.
Yes.
It's their building
And we have, like I said, because we are the Early Learning Resource Center, you know, we do receive information from the state, you know, as to like what's happening. There have been appeals in various pieces, and I'm not sure where they are at within the legal processes, you know, because I know they were going to do like a continual appeal and various things. So definitely happy to have another conversation.
We should, because I know of another place that was shut down for a infraction that seemed minor to me, but they were shut down, and it seems like even though we're in a crisis, they're good at shutting places down. And when it's necessary, I get it, but then they should also facilitate trying to get them rectified and reopened. But it seems oxymoronic to me that they continue to say, oh, we have a crisis, but we're not doing anything to reopen the centers that we need so bad. And
Yes.
I can't figure that one out.
Yep.
So if you could explain it to me, that would be great.
I'm happy to do that. Yes. Other questions?
appreciate you being here.
Yes, really thank you for having this opportunity. I look forward to, you know, doing this on a quarterly basis.
Sounds good. Thank you.
And I'll be here next month because it's Community Action Month.
All right, that's not how quarterly works. I mean, someone's can you explain it. There's monthly, there's quarterly.
Just keep up the great work. Thank you.
Okay, up next, we have Mike Hagan, given personnel actions.
Hey, Mike.
All right, good morning. I
Morning.
would just have one. It's in the courts in MDJ Beakley's office. Rachel Smith, Magisterial District Court Administrative Specialist, pay grade 5. This is a full-time position at 18.1125 cents per hour, 75 hours per pay period, with an anticipated start date, April 21, 2025.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll recess the Commissioners' public meeting at this time for the salary board, being the salary board. Nikki,
Good morning.
good morning.
First item I have is vote to approve the salary board minutes from the March 6th, 2025 meeting.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 So we'll do these separately.
Okay.
The first one for courts, APO and domestic relations. Reclassify the vacant domestic relations officer position to an adult probation administrative case officer. One from pay grade 9 to a pay grade 7, but a different department.
Motion.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I'm opposed.
Okay.
Not in the budget. The next one is in the district attorney's office, reclassify the part-time DUI center position to full-time special detective coordinator, a non-union position at a salary of $25 an hour.
Okay, 1 second. We go back to the previous one.
Sure.
Mentioned it's not in the budget.
Not in the budget.
And I wasn't aware of this part, so,
Is in domestic relations office, they get reimbursed 66% of their salaries. Moving this over to adult probation, there would be no reimbursement. And there is no position, so it's a new position.
So they can't move that. Since it's going over probation, they can't use that 66%.
No, they cannot.
yeah,
It's
so
a
be
domestic.
applicable to, yeah.
So even though it's a pay grade drop,
It's still
gonna
not
cost
budgeted.
us.
Yeah,
We're
gonna
lose-
cost us.
We're gonna lose money.
Can we
So
go back?
of the three who voted yes,
Yes.
I just need one of you to make a motion to rescind that prior vote. And then you can,
I'd like to rescind my vote and then do another motion.
second,
I'll
Is there a
second.
second?
I'll second.
all
Who's
in
second?
favor?
I second.
All in favor to rescind? Opposed? Say aye. Is that
Scott wants to rescind his vote.
Yes.
I have to vote to.
Yeah.
rescind
No,
his
he
vote.
was rescinding the whole vote.
Yes.
Ah.
I need a second to rescind the whole
Yeah.
vote.
I thought I seconded
We'll
it.
revote. Yeah, you did.
Okay.
We're good.
We're doing that further discussion.
Well, we can have further discussion before we.
Now you have the option of voting to, again, on whether to approve or deny it, or if the decision is you want to table it.
Why don't we give it consideration?
That's what I want to table one.
make the motion to table it. You want to make,
Is that good?
Yeah.
I'd like to make a motion to table one.
I'll second.
All in favor to table it?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Then we'll have discussion with both parties.
the next one I have
No,
is,
wasn't here. I was off. Okay, go ahead.
okay.
Thank you.
District attorney reclassified the part-time DUI center position to a full-time special detective coordinator, non-union position at a salary of $25 an hour.
Okay, got a motion. A motion. Wait. No, I was off in the surgery.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scott wasn't, we had a meeting on this and Scott was out. I would make the motion to table this one as well, so we could get Scott up to speed.
And
on
we have a salary board discussion this afternoon. I can add these two items to that
Yeah,
agenda.
let's do that.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'll make the motion to table it.
I'll second it.
All in favor table, say aye.
Aye. Okay, in the commissioner's office, delete the administrative coordinator position from the TDA.
Motion to accept.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 In planning and community development, delete clerk 3, pay grade 4 from the TDA.
Accept.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye. And in planning and community development, add administrative coordinator position, pay grade 6 to the TDA.
Accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
I have a question.
Yes.
Do they have the budget funds for this? Going from a 4 to a 6, that's more money.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm not a part of that process, so like this is the first time I have eyes on this.
I don't know how that works, so I would pass that to you, but we have saved money in payroll in the department itself. So this increase will not absorb what we've saved. Still have a saving.
Yes.
So do we have it, like, is it budgeted by the position or by the department?
So the way that
for salaries?
the way that certain, not all even budgets are alike with regards to how they're done. Some we separate it out by the director, and then underneath is then all the professional staff. So the majority are like that, but not all budgets. So whatever proceeds we have gained from, of course, the transition that we've had with the director position would be the savings that we would incur, but we would have to transfer it out of that account and then put it into the regular staff. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we do, Nikki, have savings in planning based upon a change in the director, and currently 2 vacant positions that have not been determined whether they'll be filled yet or not.
Okay,
Or at some point, you'll just have to take an action to assign those funds to the employee base versus the director base budget.
Correct.
So standing motion on the floor. And a second, all fair side?
did they vote?
Yeah,
I'm
and a
sorry.
first and second, yes.
First and second.
Okay,
We had a question from you, Nikki, so,
But you didn't vote.
yes, I'm in favor.
so all fair side?
Aye.
Okay, so that's 4-0. Okay, last one.
Okay, in financial management, remove the financial analyst pay grade 9 from the TDA.
Motion to accept,
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
all fair side?
Aye.
And then add an administrative specialist pay grade 5.
All fair side?
Aye. Or did you make it?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll make the motion.
Make a motion. Second,
So I'll second.
all fair side?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, I think that's it.
Thank you.
Okay, so the top 2 are table.
Yes. Thank you.
And they'll be added to today,
Yes.
the salary board this afternoon. Okay. All right, this time we'll adjourn the salary board and reconvene the commissioners' public meeting.
All right, moving to action items. Mike Hagan.
Just have one here, vote to approve the amendment to the agreement with Luminaire Health. This is a 2025 approved budgeted item. This is, probably seen this already. The contract that came out initially had a different prescription company instead of Benecard. It was caught by our broker and then just taking a little time to recircle itself back around from a 1 January date. So it just needs to be re-signed and resubmitted.
Thank you. Is there a motion to accept?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All fair side?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, the next several items I have, it's actually 6.2 through 6.7. The first item I have is a vote to appoint Michael Hagan as the chief clerk. That will be effective March 31st, 2025.
Okay, is there a motion to accept?
Yeah, I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All fair side?
Aye.
The next item, 6.3, vote to approve the amendment to the agreement with National Medical Services Incorporated. This is in the amount of not to exceed $250,000. This is a standard contract that we use for expert consultation and forensic laboratory services, and it is a budgeted item.
Okay, is there a motion to accept?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All fair side?
Aye.
Aye.
The next item, 6.4, vote to award the cattle grazing bid to Dorset Angus Farms in the amount of $3,001. They were the cheapest, well, not the cheapest, they were the most expensive because what we are doing in this case, we're leasing it out, that land out there. So there was 2 bidders and they came in at the highest bidder. So we are going to award to them and we'll be working on a lease agreement to lease that out coming here in April.
Okay. Sounds good. A motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All fair side?
Aye.
Next item I have, 6.5, is vote to approve the amendment to the agreement with KL Davis Polygraphs LLC. This is a service that's utilized in the adult probation office, and this is just to extend the term until December 31st, 2026. And they do have a new rate increase as a result of those services.
Who is utilizing these services?
The adult probation department.
I'll make the motion.
Okay.
All fair side?
Aye.
The next item I have for you, 6.6, it's vote to ratify the agreement with Allison Crane and Rigging. This company's helped removing several vaults that are located on the first floor of the Third Street Plaza building, and they are doing it at no cost, which is a very big undertaking.
Yeah, no cost to the county. They removed a safe that's about 88,000 pounds. At no cost to the county, and also some safety deposit box that are very dangerous at removing. They're very sharp, and one of them weighed 4,000 pounds. So not normal work that's easy to do,
No.
and to do it at no cost to the county. We want to thank Allison Crane for providing this service. Very dangerous work too, from what I understand. Down here, that I believe one employee might have been hurt. I'm not sure of that, but I think one employee might have been hurt. But we want to thank Allison for doing this for no cost to the county. It's a lot of weight to be taken out of this building.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All fair side?
Aye.
And the last item I have for you is vote to approve the agreement with Keller Partners and Company to the amount of $184,800. This is, again, just a renewal that we are doing with Keller Partners for their help and funding, additional funding for us, and working on projects that are continuing on 2025 from 2024. And this is an approved budget item.
Motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
A second.
All fair side?
Aye.
All right, moving to 6.8. I believe Nancy's on the phone.
Good morning, Commissioner.
Morning.
Due probation, I think your approval for our use of level service case management inventory testing for the calendar year of 2025.
Okay, motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
A second.
All fair side?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too, Nancy. Thank you.
The next item we have Lauren here.
Morning, Lauren.
Okay.
So the first item is RMS is requesting to approve the amendment to the agreement with WellTech for service and sales. And this agreement is to update the price changes for different types of gases needed for different types of metals and types for welding needed on site. I guess a significant amount of welding and cutting on equipment is done after operating hours, so this must be available at all times since we can't anticipate an unexpected breakdown.
Thanks. Thank you. And it's your motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
For a second,
Is this the company we had paid?
can you second first, and we'll have discussion?
Yes, I'll second.
Okay.
This company that we haven't paid. And does it lock us into the current amount of cylinders, or is that can we modify that if need be within this contract?
I'm not 100% sure.
Can you know if we can modify, if we approve this, if we can modify the amount of tanks?
Have the price per tank.
They do have a price per tank, and this is not listing.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah, I don't, the way that it's structured, when we do contracts such as this, because sometimes there is unknowns, we do it just on a per item basis for that exact reason. So yes.
As needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other questions? No. Okay. We have a motion, we have a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Go ahead, Lauren.
Okay, so the next item is seeking approval for the calendar year 2024 903 County Recycling Coordinator Grant application. This is an annual DEP grant reimbursement for my expenses, salaries, benefits. The total amount is determined by DEP, so we won't know that until after they approve it. And generally, it takes around 6 to 9 months for the grant to be processed until we see payment as well. Sometimes we get paid right in October after I submit at the end of the month this month. Sometimes it's in January the next year. It just depends on DEP's process. This application does not require a signature. However, on the form on section F, it does require the commissioner to fill out just stating that it was the application is correct. And then once that is done, I will submit it through T's grant website.
Thank you. Motion to accept.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All fair side.
Aye.
Right, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Lauren. Have a good day. Thanks.
Ken George, you have 6.11 through 6.13.
Okay, thank you, Ken.
How we doing?
All right, before you, 611 commissioners is an agreement with Port Elevator to extend the maintenance contract for the elevators.
Okay. I believe the elevator here on the hallway is going to be open on Tuesday.
Tuesday, yes.
Good. So we'll have 2 elevators.
We'll keep our fingers crossed.
It's been a long process, but they've done a very good job.
Yes,
The elevators run smoothly. They're nice.
yes, they are very nice at this point. So hopefully they stay nice.
Okay. Motion to accept.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All fair side.
Aye. Although let it be stated that I always take the stairs. So,
Better for you.
but I approved it anyway.
Okay, I appreciate that. 612 is an agreement with Evergreen Cleaning, and it's to do the exterior windows of this building.
They do that. This how often? Once a year?
What's that?
Do they do this once a year?
Yes, once a year.
Motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All fair side.
Aye.
613 is an agreement with Monotronics to put controls on the 5th floor stairwell doors to bring us up to code compliance.
Okay, motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All fair side.
Aye.
Thank you. Hey, Ken, can you elaborate about the safe downstairs? You oversaw it.
Absolutely, yes. They, I tell you what, I will take my hat off to Allison Crane and Riggin. They are very professional, fantastic job. They really know what they're doing. They took down an entire vault, which was installed when the building was built. And they used a crane to put it in. And of course, with the building being over it, it took a lot of rigging to get the pieces, parts out. The wall panels, which were total 21 wall panels and ceiling panels, were 4,000 pounds each. Then they had to remove the main door, which I think was close to 10,000 pounds each, with the frame around it. And then they turned around as a favor to us, removed a bunch of the safety deposit boxes. And as you had stated, some of them weighed as much as 3,000 pounds each. And they were 6, 8 feet up in the air, just very, very dangerous situation. And they did a fantastic job. No issues of any kind. Ed, like I said, no cost to the county. I thank them very much. Outstanding on what they did.
So when you say 21 panels, just like how big was this cube?
I think it was like 12 by 20.
Oh, it's not big.
Yeah, it was a big vault. You walk in vault type thing. It was a smaller one of the two, but it was fairly large. And the panels, I think, were almost 2 foot wide by 8 inches thick. I think 12 foot tall. They're highly compressed concrete with steel shavings in them. So if you would go to drill through them or whatever, your concrete bits would dull out, you wouldn't be able to drill, all those things to keep people out of your safe. So it's really interesting.
And you want to elaborate on the floor because they could have took the floor if they wanted to, but they realized that when they're speaking to them today, this morning, if they would have took the floor out, they would have left a hole, and that would have cost the county probably up to $50,000 to fix it.
Yeah, that would be a conservative guess. The floor is part of is the same type of panels that the walls and the ceiling was made out of. And what happens is the floor was the deck that you walked on. So if we removed that, we would have a very large hole. And to fix that hole, we would have to have engineering come in, put in new support beams, then engineer the decking and the concrete mix or in the reinforcements that would have to go into that. But they left the floor and we are now able to go over that area almost no cost.
It's good news.
They did it,
I knew you were down there daily watching it.
very nervous, yes.
I had asked him, I said, how do you get a safe belt that's almost 90,000 pounds without a crane? He says, well, that's my trade secrets. I can't tell you.
They know what they're doing.
They know what they're
They
doing.
do. Yes.
Well, Commissioner, I think it's important to add, we looked at this, several years ago. But it was the cost to remove it because we got a quote like at $90,000 just for one vault.
Yes.
And we were like, oh, we didn't want to, go down and spend that, given the situation on finances. So that's just another, insight of like how grateful we are. So
Yeah.
we don't have to
Absolutely.
use our taxpayers' money to do that.
Thank you, Ken.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it. Hey, Kelsey. Good morning.
I have 614, and it's a vote to approve the period of performance extension for the EDA grant for the Williamsport Cross Pipe Rehab. And this is through July.
Motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Thank you, Kelsey. Have a good day.
Commissioner comment?
I was in a meeting on Monday night, and so let's bring awareness to the Medicaid that's going on, cuts and concerns going forward. A lot of the parents of individuals who have either adult children or minor children were there to speak on their concern about money possibly being taken away, or the waste, abuse, and fraud that's taking place, maybe opportunities to, once that's identified, maybe more money can be given to the programs that are available. It was very informative, very educational. We have a waiver system in Pennsylvania that a lot of individuals, especially adult individuals with diverse abilities, receive, once they have this waiver, they receive monies. And as we know, Pennsylvania is very rural, except for a couple of major cities, especially Lycoming County. And it's very costly to go across our county. It's probably a 2 hour, hour and a half, 2 hour drive, one end of the county to the other. A lot of these individuals, if they didn't have those funds for the waivers from the waiver system and be able to do things, they couldn't get to work. A lot of them are employed. They wouldn't be able to do activities. They would be stuck in their homes and they won't be able to do anything. This is a major concern that the parents shared, that this waiver system needs to stay in place. It's vital that we speak to our legislators, our federal legislators, to make sure the waiver system stays in place, that those monies are provided to these individuals. They're not taken away. If they can be increased to be beneficial. And we speak to all our federal legislators about it. There's a waiting list of about 13,000 in the state of Pennsylvania. And that list can be up to 6 years. In my opinion, unacceptable. We need to reach out and help individuals with diverse abilities. And it was very informative. Yesterday was National Autism Day. It was worldwide, actually worldwide Autism Day. And we have a diverse ability group that meets here on the third Wednesday every month at noon. We want to bring awareness to this. Please reach out to your federal legislator and say that this waiver system needs to stay in place. Those monies cannot be taken from these individuals. And it's critical. It's absolutely crucial. Because without it, a lot of these individuals are just going to be locked in their homes. And there's such a blessing. They do so much good in the community. So important. And I think of the Logans, I think Amber Logan, her mom has shared that she used to be afraid to leave her house. And now she works for the Y. She's down in Harrisburg as an advocate, and she's a beautiful young individual. And what she's done, the good that she's done, helping people, she's just one example. So please reach out to your federal legislators. Express to them the waiver system needs to make sure that that's protected.
The only real comments that I have for this week is we've obviously gone through some personnel changes. The county's not in dire strait for the taxpayers to understand. What is happening by design. It's not happening on a whim. It's happening because the county does need some new direction, some new change in the way we approach our day-to-day operation. Not that the people that were in place were bad people. And again, the taxpayers entrusted the three of us to have cost savings and changes. And we're making the hard decisions, and we're going to get the county to look like I think our taxpayers would like it to look like. I want to take away any scare of the county employees that they have anything to worry about. In private business all day long, there's changes in management, changes in direction. Everybody bears out, and the employees that are doing their job never have a worry. And I just want to remind everybody of that. And we will get the county moving in the direction of being cost effective and answering to the taxpayers. They're really the ones that are in charge here, not the three of us. We're doing what they've elected us to do.
Thank you. Commissioner?
Yeah, I would just follow that up with the whole like knee-jerk reaction aspect, and just because people on the perimeter don't know what's being discussed with, but lots of these topics we've discussed for months and months and months, and government really doesn't allow the ability to make knee-jerk reaction. But just because other people didn't know discussions were taking place, it doesn't mean that they hadn't been in the works for a long time. And I told these guys the other day, I heard an interview with some rock star once he'd had his first hit and he kind of burst onto the charts. I don't remember who it was, but he said, I keep reading that I'm an overnight sensation. He goes, it took me 10 years of grinding to become an overnight sensation. So, just because something finally comes to light doesn't mean that it hasn't been, working in the works for a while and discussed over. The other thing, to hop on Scott's topic about talking to state legislatures and things like that. I talked earlier about the need for childcare, and two of the things that we talk about all regularly is the need for childcare and the need for affordable housing. And we have this free economic system, and the system flows where it flows. And we've seen with housing and with childcare where the natural economic system has flowed, and it's gotten worse and it's not getting better. And there are times that government is here to help. And in places like STEP, where government steps in to help. And when we look at our workforce shortage, and everyone says, well, we're losing population and we're losing, yes, rural Pennsylvania, all around us is slowly losing population. But one of the other issues with our workforce is people can't go to work because they don't have any place to leave their kids. Or if it's not affordable, it doesn't make financial sense for them to go to work because they don't make enough of a profit level so they'd rather just stay home with their kids and raise their own kids as opposed to going to work and then paying someone else to raise their kids. So these are real issues, and they are not, the natural cycle of the free market system doesn't solve them. And that is where we need government to come in and help, and to help with programs, because the government helps with programs all over the place that are very, very good programs, again, like STEP. So the government needs to put together an action plan to come in to figure this out, whether it's on a state level or federal level, local level, however we can do this. Because ever since I was running, for 2 years now, we keep hearing this, we need more housing, we need more childcare. And, I think 2 years from now, we're going to be still saying we need more housing, we need more childcare, but what is being done in the meantime to do it? So while you call your state local official, we'll just combine this So we'll give you talking points and bullet points when you call, because there are these things that are needed, and this is the place. There are lots of times in our society where government needs to get out of the way, because that's how America, but there are other times in society where the government needs to step in and help. And where we need to help, we need the support of our state legislators.
Thank you. Public comment. Any from the audience? Any online?
There is,
And please, if it be brief and county issues.
with Thomas Adams, he has some stuff about Lycoming County in general, and then I think it's a broader. So I'll let you determine if you want me to continue with that. Or
Yeah, Lycoming County, and then other stuff that's broader, we'll put it in the notes.
Okay. So Thomas Adams, good morning, Lycoming County. I fully agree with Commissioner Messina. Not being able to use facilities due to the actions of one or any number of individuals is foolish. Apparently, the people responsible were removed. Being able to use facilities, but under a different management group is prudent and responsible. We lose self-governing liberty when we abandon common sense and allow illogical thinking and immoral policies take us into the wormholes of red tape, confusion, and stagnation. If we are not growing, we are dying. Thank you all for your dedication and work to our county. And then there's also a comment from MC Green. When STEP returns for its next report, please require a report on housing repairs for seniors. That's all we have.
Okay. We want to thank everybody.
Whatever his line was about, we lose self-governing something when we abandon common sense. I could not agree with that more. The abandonment of common sense is it's not uncommon. Yeah, very well said. Very well said. I couldn't figure out how to finish the line, so I needed help.
That's good.
Willing to help.
I appreciate it.
Okay, we've completed our agenda, so we'll be adjourned until April 10th. Back here in this meeting room, 10 a.m. Thank you, everybody. Have a good day.